Good morning, good evening, good day. This is your final topic for pharmaceutical calculations. So, ito yung ating topic. It involves calculations using units or yung milligram per milligram, microgram per milligram, and other measure of potency. So, what is potency? It is generally referred as the amount of drug that produces a quantal effect in 50% of the population, or the quantal dose response, effective dose 50. The potency of many pharmaceutical products derived from biological sources is based on the units of activity. Potency natin, dito sa lecture natin na to, ang gagamitin natin ay madalas nating makikita dito sa mga problem sets natin ay ang vaccines, ang ating mga vitamins, ang ating mga insulin at lahat ng mga biological products natin. It is based on the activity expressed in terms of units. Units natin, yung makikita na yung 100 units per ml, or it can be in microgram per milligram, or in other standardized terms of measurement. These are the standards approved by the FDA and set forth in the USP. It conforms also to the international standards natin. Kung makikita nyo minsan, meron tayong IU. Makikita natin yan sa mga Myra E400 IU. Measures of degree of activity as units of activity. They are determined by comparison against a suitable working standard, generally a USP reference. So, yung reference standards natin, madalas nga yung ginagamit nating reference standard ay ang USP, United States Pharmacopoeia. They are authentic specimens used as a comparison standards in compendial test and assay. The number of USP units of an antibiotic is based on a comparison of activity of a sample, that antibiotic on milligram basis, to the corresponding USP reference standards. So, yung reference standards natin, makikita nyo, parang meron din tayong USP sa library, United States Pharmacopoeia. Yun yung ginagamit madalas ng mga pharmaceutical companies, manufacturing companies natin. Pharmaceutical products are preparations allowed specific variance in potency. Example natin dito yung USP monograph nga. Sa USP monograph, doon mo makikita yung kung paano mag-assay ng isang product. Units and not more than 1,750 penicillin G units per milligram. The activity or potency of antibiotics is determined by their inhibitory effect on microorganisms. No relationship exists between the units of potency of one drug and the unit of potency of another drug. So, potency of antibiotics natin, they may also be designated in terms of micrograms of activities. When reference standards for antibiotics were thought to consist entirely of single chemical entities and were therefore assigned potencies of 1,000 microgram per milligram. So, dun sa bago nating manufacturing procedure, some higher purified antibiotics had greater than 1,000 microgram of activity per milligram compared to the original reference standard. The difference in potency were found when comparing the chemical base versus the salt form. Ampicillin sodium has potency equivalent to between 845 and 988 microgram per milligram of its parent compound, ampicillin. So, dahil lang dun sa salt component ng ating product, nag-iiba yung potency. Potencies of certain drugs are designated in units too. The doses of these drugs and of their preparations are measured in units. Insulin and penicillin antibiotics. Insulin, commercially available types vary according to the time of onset of action, time of peak of action, and the duration of action. All products are standardized to contain either 100 or 500 insulin units per milliliters of solutions or suspensions. These strands are designated as 100 units or yung U-100 and U-500 units. Yung U natin doon is units. Indispensing errors can occur when medication order abbreviates the term units with U following the number of units, since a poorly written U can be mistaken for a zero. So, yung 100U may be mistakenly read as 100. Sa halip na 100 natin yun, di ba, magiging 1,000. Thus, it is good practice to spell out the term units. Special syringes are available for measuring units of insulin, and the required dosage is then measured in milliliters or directly in units depending on the calibration of syringes. So, meron na insulin na naka-vials. Yung naka-vials na insulin, yun yung kailangan pa natin ng syringe. Blood or blood serum levels of certain drugs may be expressed in literature as MU per ml, meaning milliunits of agents per milliliters of blood or blood serum. For biologies natin, preparation produced from a living source are prepared from human serum, horse serum, or chick cell culture. So, mga samples ng biologies natin, yun yung mga vaccines natin, toxoids, immune sera is for development of immunity or resistance to disease. Certain antitoxins and antivenins natin for treatment against specific antigens. For toxins and skin antigens used as diagnostic aids. The strengths of various biologic products are expressed in number of ways. For bacterial vaccines natin, ginagamit natin yung mga bacterial vaccines natin. Kahit yung mga intramuscular natin na antibiotics, they are used in terms of micrograms or units per milliliter. Diba? For viral vaccine natin, the tissue culture infectious dose or yung TCID 50, which is the quantity of virus estimated to infect 50% of the inoculated cultures. Viral vaccines, units or micrograms of antigens, yun yung ating ginagamit, or numbers of organisms per milliliters. At toxoids or yung pag-toxoids ang ginagamit natin dito na unit to express toxoid ay flocculating units or yung LF. Yung iba naman natin na immune sera or diagnostic antigens, yun yung ang ano lang is yung units. Units of activity, it is calculating the amount of drug or preparation equivalent to those expressed in units. So, milliliters natin dito, sa halip na milliliters yung ating unit ni ang ating gagamitin ay unit as their unit. Example natin dito, how many milliliters of 100 unit of insulin should be used to obtain 40 units of insulin. So, mostly yung 100 units ng insulin natin, yung isang 100 unit per ml, kagaya nung mga ating mga insulin. Diba? Yung mga insulin natin, example natin dito, yung mga Sodiqua, Lantus, meron tayo dong vial, and meron tayong pen. So, mostly naman yung vial and pen, same na 100 units is equal to ml. So, dito ratio and proportion lang tayo. 400 units, kasi diba, 100 unit per ml. So, paano natin nakuha yung 400 is to 40 is to 1 is to x. 1 unit